Yeah.
Well, hi, have a good day. First, before I start, I want to thank you for your time to watch this video. We hope you like it. And we are presenting today our integrative project that is an exportation plan. And well, this team is conformed by
Silvia María Antobar Gallardo,
Priscila Judith Santiago Perdomo,
Emily Parra Galindo,
Héctor Sandoval Domínguez,
and Alejandra Moreno Hernández.
Well, we hope you like it. Thank you. Well, the general objective in itself, what we want to say, and the objective is that what is mainly planned is to achieve an export process. And we are handling a product of Biopapel company that is paper sheets. This company is dedicated to protecting and care for our planet. The company is looking to be part of the solution to the serious problem of global warming.
Now, the data sheet is about the content of the company that is Biopapel. The first one is the sector that constitutes Biopapel and its paper products industry. The slogan is Biopapel, the sustainable paper. The origin date and place was in Durango, Durango since 2982. The activity of this company is production and sale of different types of paper. The description about this one is that Biopapel is the only Mexican company to be integrated in the WWF Environmental Index of the paper industry. And the products that Biopapel offers is paper, corrugated cardboard, packaging and paper sacks, notebooks, bond paper, and newspaper.
Okay, something that can be mentioned as outstanding in terms of production and export capacity is that this company has 10 mega factories, which are estimated to produce approximately 120 to 130,000 tons of paper per year in its different types, which it is considered 3 times larger than common companies. And this company also has 3 huge packaging plants. On the other hand, in terms of export, apart from having a specific equipment for this purpose, it also has 43 trucks and 100 truck tractors, which under the logistical plans that this company has, it is always avoided that there are empty trips, thus making the most of the fuel and maintaining one of the main values of the company, which is caring of the environment.
Okay, this is the product. The name is Paper Sheet Glass Bond Premium, and you can see in the image.
Listo.
Okay. Well, first of all, what is a morphological analysis? Well, here we study the nature, origin, chemical composition, physical and function for all those goods that objects that are marketed internationally. Here we have the common name that is paper sheet, the commercial name that is paper sheet also too, the definition that is a material that appears a thin sheet made with vegetable, fiber, pulp, or other materials, and obtain method that to make the paper, the cellulose fibers virgin or recycled are mixed with water in a large container, call it a pulper, and that mixture goes to the paper machine. The use, well, It is common to use for writing, drawing, printing, and etc. The composition, it is percentage of recycled pulp or virgin pulp that is made of wood, fibrous material, calcium, etc. The originator, that is the vegetal kingdom. The presentation, well, it is packaged in packages with 100 sheets, which are packed in box with 10 packages each box for retail. The mersological summary is according to the study carried out before proposed, which is a possible classification that is 48, 02, 5502.
Biopapel is the largest paper producing company in the world. Speaking especially of the paper sheet, this has its raw material that is made with vegetable pulp, fiber pulp, or other material ground and mixed with water, dried and later hardened. We classified this type of paper in the section 10, pulp, wood or other fibrous cellulosic materials, paper or cardboard for recycling, waste and scraps, paper or cardboard and its application. The chapter is the 48, paper and paperboard articles of cellulose pulp, paper or cardboard. And the tariff fraction is 4802-5502, paper used in copying or reproducing machines and whose development is done by the action of heat, because this will be used especially for heat printing machines and either laser or ink.
Well, as we can know, the place that we are going to export our paper is in Guatemala City, Guatemala.
The target market is like the biggest objective that we want to achieve in this trade operation. Being this like the most extensive and efficient delivery system within the paper industry to have raw material supply sources and industrial units close to the main industrial centers in Mexico to reduce transportation costs and delivery times. But the most important, especially in Guatemala, is to reach the stationary stores. Then they can be distributed to schools, offices, printers, print centers, etc.
Well, about the negotiation plan, the type of negotiation, we choose the collaborative negotiation. This is the ideal technique to negotiate within an organization to avoid conflict. It is also used when it is intended to improve the relationship with the other participant and in turn to obtain the best results. Typically, it occurs if both parties have common goals and objectives. So this is when the two negotiators win. Both show assertive behavior in order to reach an agreement that improves more benefits or both with the business or agreement. We choose this type of trading because for both is the better way to improve the exportation and have a better relationship, being able to give a good product, price, and service with this equitable and fair agreement.
Okay, the type of the loan. The transport will carry a complete loan. The entry truck, turn to axles will be filed with the law of the books. The emergency will not make any stopper. The law is packaged in a fraction and automate way as they are packaged in envelopment with approximate. Oigan, ¿lo podemos hacer otra vez, porfa?
TV.
No. Type of load. The transport will carry a complete load. The entire truck Thornton to access will be filled with the load of the box. The emergency will not make any stopper. The load is packaged in a fraction and automate way as are packaged in envelope with approximate 500 paper sheets inside the books where 10 packs of paper sheets and are accommodated.
The transport that of the country of origin is the one mentioned before, will be used the same from the Durango warehouses, and will be the same that will be used throughout all the logistic route until the merchandise reaches to the destination country. Since leaving from the country of origin in only one transport has a better viability. This transport will be land Thornton to axles.
Also, the destination country transport, the company, as my partner said, it is going to use the same in the entire route since origin country to the destination. This is because we use the Incoterm DTA, that means delivered at place, and in this Incoterm establish that our company it is responsible to the charge to the place of destination.
Insurance. The company contract to export to goods has the service of emergency insurance. The insurance apply for the moments the goods are placed inside the truck and arrive at their destination.
Well, here, as we know, the next topic is logistic route. And here we can see an image that is the route that we're going to pass. Where the places that we are going to pass is San Luis Potosí, Ciudad de Mexico, Veracruz, Tabasco, Chiapas, and then we're going to Guatemala City. The delivery times are 34 hours and 12 minutes. The transport, as we say already, is the Thornton to axles, 70 tons. The distance that we are going to travel is 2,718 kilometers.
Our custom will be the Tecún-Uman border that borders Tapachula. This border is subdivided into two, Tecún-Uman 1 and 2. One specializes in tourism and the two others in heavy transport. This is going to be ours.
Okay, for the production of this product, different processes are necessary from creation to packaging and design. Through an investigation, the information was obtained that highlighting the main processes in which are the simplest processes included, such as inks, packaging, packaging materials, paper treatment processes, like is the clarification, measurement, and cutting of the paper, then the payment of the employees. Of all these are determined a cost of 70.75 Mexican pesos, launching to the market with a unit cost of 90 pesos, thus obtaining a net profit of 90.25 pesos per package.
Well, now about talking the marketing cost, the definition of this one is that are considered to those incurred in the process from the time the product has been manufactured until it reaches the customer. It is the flow of the product where terms of marketing and distribution costs are used interchangeably. The first one that we have is packing and packaging. This one is the expenses that are reflected in the various materials that constitute the packaging of the product to carry out its sale, such as the case of packaging and labeling, that is the primary packing, boxes, and pallets. Then we have the handling, that is the price of the loading and uploading maneuvers of the pallets must be taken into account as far as the Incoterm DTA that indicates this Incoterm and only completes the maneuvers of the transport merchandise, not the uploading of the select destination. Then we have the transport. The transport cost is about the peaje, gasoline, insurance, driver, and maintenance of the transport. Then we have the losses, and about the losses, the amount of this estimated is nil because it's not a perishable product and has a long life and has a adequate packaging, right? So the last one, that is storage. This have the electricity, security, pallets, and establishment. And in total, we have 47,561.02.
Administrative costs, the costs that come from performance of the administrative function in the company. Within the expenses, it is necessary to complete all these expenses that are relative to the facilities to carry out of the process of making the products. These products can be a big pen, a paper sheet, business card, folder, clips, water, lights, internet, and telephone.
Well, the next topic is financial costs, and where these costs are that derive from the contracting financial products or services such as loans or credits, among others. And well, here we have a chart that we're seeing the total active, the cash and equivalent, the debt, the totally passive, and the stockholders' equity. And we have this chart of the improve of the company since 2016 to 2020.
The export price is understood as the sale price that allows the manufacturer or exporter to recover costs, like industrial, administrative, and commercial related to export. plus profits, a reasonable profit that includes a return related to the business effort made and risk depending on the capital committed. First, we have the debt Incoterm, which taking into consideration the production cost, maneuvers, transport, and insurance. And then we have the DTA, procedure in charge of the National Customs Service, which allows international freight transport companies to declare the load, taking into consideration the costume value and the Article 49 of the Federal Law of Rights, Fraction 1, 8 per thousand, 8 al millar, we obtained that cost. And then we have the custom agent, the production cost, also the cost of the merchandise that we have a utility, of course, and we have a 16% of IVA. And finally, we include the IGE, and that is how we obtained the total export cost.
Okay, basically, due to the condition of this export project, a definitive export customs regime was chosen for this project because this product is not subject to a transit through a country, nor will it be a part of a modification in a company, but rather it is complete sale addressed to a potential buyer that was determined for this project.
Now, talking about the tariff preferences. As we know, we have a free trade agreement between Mexico and Guatemala, and this one gives us new opportunities to have been open for economic operators on both sides. Thanks to this bilateral trade relation have been extended in all our areas, and a framework has been established favorable and safe so that economic operators, both Mexican and Guatemalan, can carry out their activities in the best condition. We don't have a specific cost to have an up preference in our product, but we have with this free trade agreement, we have opportunities to have a better exportation or exchange between both countries.
Well, as the last slide, we were talking about the documentation of the export. And well, this is the first document we need to have is the invoice. The commercial invoice is the binding document that makes any purchase and sale operation. Here we have all the information that the invoice need to have.
Order conferred is an obligation of importers that notified to the SAT is fulfilled that is made through the internet, and the custom agent must also accept online on the SAT page to be able to carry out the import request with name and RFC from a certain importer.
In the letter of instructions for the customs agent, it is basically the document in which the description is given to the selected agent to make known the specific custom processes that must be carried out in the present trade operation.
Now about packing list. This document, also known as loading list, is basically a list of everything that you are going to export, including the content of weight and measurement of each package. The packing list it should be as accurate and detailed as possible.
The certificate of origin is an evident document certificate with which exporting payments in the origin of their goods. It allows them to provide in the countries of the destination the origin of the same.
Well, the next one is a transport document, and there is also documents whose basic function is to prove the state in which the merchandise has been received in the destination country.
Well, the quality certificate is a means of verification of the processes that a company has developed for the preparation and production for its products and services, which certifies complies with appropriate quality standards to be offered to customers.
Okay, now we have the export permission. This is the document where it is specified for the sector from which the product will leave, as well as the amounts of the lot to be exported. And this including also the information as much as of legal persons, physical, and of involved custom agents.
Well, now the last documentation is certificate sanitary. In this case, the paper sheet health certificate is not necessary, but in case of biopapel is required in has it. The certificate that we have is the Occupational Health and Safety OHSAS 1A001 2007, and this is an example of the certificates that Biopapel had.
Okay, finally, I can only conclude that this project was of great help despite the difficulties for its realization. It served in a great way for the reaffirmation and consolidation of many knowledge acquired throughout the previous quarters. In addition to obtaining new knowledge in the course of this, and the possibility of putting them into practice in a way that is closer to reality, and what will be an active and functional work environment.
Well, for my conclusion, I can say that more than a 4-month job, this is a totally guide to our future job. And well, for me it is like putting in practice all of the quarters of the past quarters, and it was really functional. It even thought that sometimes we don't put the same attention, or we don't put the same importance of all the materials that we have. But I think in this job, we put in practice all of the past quarters, and well, this is totally more than a foreman job, an integrative project, and I think it is something that can contribute in our future.
In my opinion, everything that we have seen in classes has been very useful in this project, since we review from how to do the products to how to carry out an entire export, taking into consideration the different stages, such as custom, Incoterms, etc. Those also using the different documents that are required. And this is for us as a great training to be able to do it in the future with greater knowledge and reasoning.
In conclusion, the Integrative Project carried out by my team has the vision of the helping, the living, the company in the creative with sheets. Now, as a biopapel, to be able to carry out a quality export plan so that your products can be known in the countries. In the same way, the project skate to the teacher as a student the correct way of a good export, so that we can carry this process in successful future.
Well, the biopapel exportation plan, in conclusion, is a well-structured project that has well-defined objectives designed with the SMART model. The company has multiple advantages to distribute its products internationally. Among them is to have immediately who will be a change of distribution to libraries or offices or schools in Guatemala. And I think that this exportation plan is going to be able because we have the objectives so clear. And I think that that's all for my part.